Right, Sean, Katie, Sean. Katie, Deadpool. Deadpool and Wolverine. It's not called Deadpool 3. And they called it Deadpool 3.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you know?
Nope. All I know is that trailer, it was teased by Jackman and Reynolds, respectively. I'm pretty sure Ryan Reynolds put something witty in, sarcastic. I think Hugh Jackman put something very sort of gruff and grumpy. Befitting their characters.
Mm-hmm. Seems about right.
Yep, so let's just watch, see what we can find out. See if we can spot anything. You spotted something really good last time. Let's watch.
Did I?
Yeah, you spotted the Fox logo.
Ah, yes.
Play now.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
How rude.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
Oh my.
Dear.
Look how silly it is.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Ouch.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
How many F words have been said already? Oh, look.
I don't know anything about saving worlds.
He hasn't got sleeves.
You.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Awesome. He actually finally has the things on
Yeah, he
his
does.
hand.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about.
Is that giant Ant-Man head?
Big
that is.
slow motion
Oh my
action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Yes, let's effing go.
What?
Wanna do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupter?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. But I can't.
What?
That just felt like it was them saying, okay, people don't believe it's going to be R-rated. How can we convince them it's going to be
Let's just
R-rated?
put all of the
Just
swear
put
words
all
in.
of the F words in.
Oh, good lord.
So the girl with the shaved head, is she meant to be a variant of Charles Xavier, or is she going to be someone else, or is she going to be a variant?
I think someone told us. I can't remember what it was.
Or is
She's definitely a variant of someone. Someone told us.
she a variant of what was she
Magneto.
called? I was going to say, do you know, from purely because of the portal from Doctor Strange. What was she called again?
Which one?
The bald woman from Doctor
Oh,
Strange.
the ancient one.
The ancient. Is that going to be her?
I don't know.
Am I just looking too much into the bald head?
I think she's a variant of someone. She might be a variant of Wolverine.
But she was like.
Oh, that's so silly.
So what did this Wolverine do? How did he let down his whole? They're not born, are they?
No.
So that is Mel.
It's weird that he's in this bar, right? But they're making out as if, like, the world's been sort of destroyed.
So what did this Wolverine do, or what didn't he do?
Is it the same Wolverine? There's not two different Wolverines.
Might be. Might possibly be. It might just be rounding up Wolverines.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? It might just be like rounding up the variants that they're struggling to get. But it's just...
No idea. So what went so horrifically wrong?
If it's a variant, is it like he didn't kill Jane, maybe? Or did he...
Maybe.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Did he not... I honestly I have no idea.
Well, it depends if it's going to be... Depends if it's going to be related to the X-Men films of yesteryear. You know, kind of... You would think they would.
You think this is their way of tying it in, isn't it? So it's going to be...
So there's a few sort of events that it could be. Could be him not killing Jean. The first two...
There's a future past, maybe? He didn't manage to stop it?
Stop the Sentinels.
Maybe he made it a bit worse.
X-Men 1. X-Men 1, I suppose you could sort of say, did something go wrong in X-Men 1? But that doesn't make any sense because Magneto tries to turn every human into a mutant. But obviously humans can't do it, which is why that Senator Kelly gets liquefied. But then that wouldn't explain why there's bars with people who aren't letting him in. Because if that thing engulfed all humans, then most humans would probably end up dead.
I like the fact he's got like the things on where the hair was.
Yeah.
Bless him.
So the question is, I mean, we're going to have to go back through and watch the trailer and count all the swear words. So who are they fighting? He's got gold guns there. It feels like he's...
It's not showing us. I feel like either the bad guy has been shown, or I feel like they haven't though.
Well, it's making you...
Maybe the bad guy's made the TVA.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because it's...
That looks so cool.
Look at that.
Because he's fighting the TVA
That's
there.
TVA guys there, yeah.
And the TVA was the bad guy in the first season of Loki.
Yeah.
Really, weren't they?
Also, is the giant mask we see, is it not a TVA mask?
No, that's Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, that's awesome and terrifying. So that's him from, what's he called?
Azazel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Can
No
you
idea.
see anyone else?
No idea.
I think he's probably the easiest one because he's red.
Yeah.
And
Are you
Azazel
absolutely
is red.
sure that's Ant-Man's mask and not a TVA mask?
No, I'm pretty certain. It's a giant, it also looks like his arms. You know what I mean? And that's his skull. Why is she in his skull? It's a bit weird.
Yeah, the fact that it's a big
Yeah,
mask.
I'm pretty sure it's Ant-Man's mask. So who is this person?
That's the thing from what's it called, isn't it? From Loki, the giant monstery thing. When they got pruned, they went to that sort of dead world where they got eaten by this thing.
Right.
Goliath
I
or
don't
something.
know.
Ezekiel?
Possibly.
What was the thing called? No, I
That's
don't.
even Ant-Man's arms. There has to be Ant-Man. I'm
Yeah.
like...
The fact it goes up like that.
Yeah, and it's a human skull. It's a giant human skull.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
It's a dog in a Deadpool costume.
This face. I wonder what it would have been like for him to do this
I bet
movie.
he loved it.
Because it's so different from any other kind of
Yeah.
X-Men movie he's done.
I bet he loves it. Like he's got 3. I bet he gets stabbed in the head. He's going to get stabbed in the head. He's going to have one of those moments where he's kind of like in fairyland. But with the guy who's stabbing
he's
him.
fallen in love with, yeah.
Yeah. Because that's 3. Any 3s we see, we assume it was made by Wolverine. What the heck is this now? It's like
Bikes pulling a giant...
Mad Max.
So they're fighting each other while that seems like it's going to be the same scene where he's fighting the TVA. So
Yeah.
who's it? It's so confusing.
I feel like it's making us think that it's going to be that she's the main bad guy.
See, she's kind of, you know, doing all this
Yeah, but
flicky stuff.
she's doing that. Normally it shows you the magic if people are using it. The fact that she's manipulating them without touching them, without it showing you any magic, makes me think that it's more of a Magneto variant.
Interesting.
Look at the little claw holes. So they were fighting together there.
Mm-hmm.
Could see its claws in the background. Could be awesome.
They're still in his skull. That's so bizarre.
Yeah, they're in Paul Rudd's skull.
Or is it Paul Rudd, or is it what's he called? Hank Pym? Is it Hank? We don't know which we don't know which one it is, do we?
And then
That's his eye socket.
then they're jumping through.
A portal. Who is Portal? That is purely the only reason that made me think it was maybe her from Doctor Strange.
Unless it's going to be Doctor Strange, innit?
But it might not be. But, you know, it's not every day you see Wolverine and Deadpool jump through
Yeah.
Ant-Man's dead eye socket into a sorcerer's portal, so, you know.
Yeah. I also like that he makes a Kevin Feige joke. That's what you need. What does what does that mean?
Let's
Oh.
effing go.
Oh, right, okay. Yep. Now I feel like an idiot.
I feel like that was the whole point of the trailer.
Yeah,
was just,
I know.
Let's just give them all the F-bombs we can.
I know.
So when they come and see the movie, it's
Isn't
not
it-
the F-bombs they care about.
Isn't it annoying that everything is coming out in July and we go on holiday in July?
Yeah.
Do we go on holiday in July or is it June?
It's July.
That's all. It's annoying. Right, then let's go back through the trailer and count the swear words.
Or you could just edit it.
No, because I feel like... Can you name any MCU swear words? Anytime they said a swear word.
In Avengers Age of Ultron. Tony
Yeah,
Stark says.
they say two, yeah. Because
Because the whole language thing, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. But apart from that, can you name any other? Because I can't think of any. Apparently there was an F-bomb in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of any? I can't think of any. Right, hold on. Alright, let's count. I'm going to count.
You're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me
That's
one
one.
more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy. Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws. It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
That's another one. That's
Unless you wanna
two.
take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest
Three.
you consider.
I love it.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about.
Oh, Ron.
Not my fucking problem.
Is that what you said
Four.
when your world went to shit?
5.
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
6. I think it's already beat the MCU. Just with 6.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
I wanna take you in.
Boys are so silly.
This is what I'm talking about. Big slow motion action sequence. Who knows if you live or die? Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupter?
Even force bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes. But I can't.
9. Let's count the LFG. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that quite easily beats
Yeah.
just the MCU. All of it. The majority of the X-Men, I would think. I don't
Well,
remember.
that's only the trailer. We don't know what's going to be in the movie. I imagine a lot more.
Oh, that's what I mean. The trailer already beats the majority of the MCU, because I can't think of many besides the ones we've said. I can't think of many in the X-Men apart from Logan and Deadpool, which I'm not counting because obviously they're R-rated. The only one I can think in the X-Men actually is the one where in First Class when it's Wolverine telling them to go F themselves.
Yeah, I can't think
It's
of
going to be
the
fun.
others.
I'm worried it's not too Disney. No, I'm glad it's not
Maybe,
too Disney.
Yeah, I feel like they couldn't have though. They couldn't mess it up.
No, they tried their way with oh no, they didn't. They tried Fox's way, the X-Men Origins. That's probably what this is. This is probably Hugh Jackman going, "Yeah, you're right. Deadpool was terrible in X-Men Origins. Let's do them properly." Even though they've done them properly for 2 films. It's nice to
It's
see.
just gonna be. Do we think we're gonna get like, not all the X-Men? Do you think we're gonna get like the new X-Men in this at the end of this? Is this gonna be their way of introducing the new X-Men?
I don't know.
The MCU's X-Men.
I don't know. I think maybe we might get a few sort of hints and a few,
Might just see other variants.
yeah.
Even just on a TVA screen, just variants or something. But
But I do also think it's going to have a lot of cameos,
oh yeah,
like a ridiculous amount of
on the
cameos.
teaser we saw Pyro.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
Well, that's one of the other X-Men that was there then. Even though he's not really... He is an X-Men, but he's not an X-Men. He was one of the X-Men.
I mean, God knows who anyone can be in it.
Let's make a
just-
list of all the people we want to see.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see. I don't know what her name is. The actress that played Rogue in X-Men.
We want to see Anna Paquin.
Is that a good Rogue though?
Huh.
Because I feel like the movies really nerfed her.
She was terrible, yeah.
So give her a chance to redeem herself.
It depends what you mean by good. Do you want to see her in the...
Like just as she's good. I don't think it could be much worse.
I want to see Professor X, Magneto,
That could be a Magneto.
either of them. No,
You mean like
yeah, either
Ian McKellen or
either Ian McKellen and
James Fassbender, Michael Fassbender. I got James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender mixed up. Okay.
yeah, just either of them. I wouldn't mind seeing Halle Berry. Wouldn't mind seeing Famke Jensen. Wouldn't mind seeing James Marsden, the guy who played Nightcrawler. Wouldn't mind that.
In the original one.
Yeah. Then I wouldn't care about any of the younger ones, I suppose, but they were a bit. The younger X-Men, apart from Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy, were all a bit in there. Although I liked Havoc. I liked the guy who played Havoc.
Mm-hmm.
Cyclops was okay, but he got the suit and then just never wore it.
I'll
Like,
never forgive them for that.
like, what's the point of showing us the suit and then having him not wear it?
But look, now we've got the proper Wolverine suit.
I know.
So there's every chance you could have the proper Cyclops suit in this, like the proper Cyclops.
I would like
suit.
James Marsden to wear it. He got so badly treated as Cyclops. At least the Ty, whatever his last name is, at least he got slightly better treated. At least he got to wear a cool suit, if only for 10 seconds. Who else? Doctor Strange. Any of the Doctor Stranges.
That'd be interesting. But you see the portal, and I feel like it's so obvious that the portal is going to be Doctor Strange. Do you think?
Maybe, but I don't care.
What if it's Wong?
I wouldn't care if it was wrong either.
I think it could be one.
Maybe. Could be Charlize Theron.
I know, but she doesn't do the portals, does she? She just kind of
Well, she's a Doctor Strange.
cuts open the fabric of reality with a sword. I don't know.
Yeah, who else? I suppose maybe Ant-Man.
Well, it's its head there, isn't it? So there's a chance we could say. I just hope, though, because I guarantee it's going to happen. The internet is going to be torn because of this. Because Hugh Jackman is going to be in this, there's going to be those that just want him to be Wolverine in the MCU.
Yeah.
And while I love that he's doing this, and, you know, it seems like on all accounts this is probably going to be his last one.
Yeah, it's definitely his last one.
I just hope... That's why I'm kind of... Do you think they're going to show us the new X-Men? Because while I would like it, I feel like people wouldn't like it because Hugh Jackman's in it.
I think they should start off... If they're going to do the X-Men, I think they should start off without Wolverine.
Start off like Cyclops, Jean, and...
Yep. Bring him in, maybe at the end of whatever the next project is, featuring them. Hint at him, maybe. But maybe start off without Wolverine.
Just depends how they're going to bring them into it. How they're going to bring them into it, you know?
Well, I would quite like them to link it with Captain America.
Because he was meant to be.
Well, no, because Wolverine's called Weapon X.
Yeah.
Which is Weapon 10. Weapon 1 is Captain America.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. So he was supposed to be around that time, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Is what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that just leave it open so many doors of plot holes? Why weren't they involved? Why wasn't he involved in it?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
I always kind of envisioned they would do it from, like, the snap. Because it's meant to be something that brings out the genes, something that, you know...
Mm-hmm.
The power of the Infinity Stones, snapping them away and bring them back, would awaken the gene or something like that.
I suppose, yeah.
Because you kind of have... It would tie in then with, like, the likes of Captain Marvel, her... Isn't she meant to be a mutant? Captain Marvel meant to be a mutant?
No.
No, okay, Wanda, at least we know. Although they kind of made it seem like she was just a witch, it would, you know, it makes sense if they went down there.
Yeah.
The stones awakening hidden powers.
It's gonna be awkward anyway, because if they bring in all the mutants from past generations, then what do they do with Quicksilver? Considering he's appeared in the MCU. Is it Evan Peters? Is that his name?
We've had 2 versions of Quicksilver. Although they made it out as if he was just some random kid that she turned into Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might just not.
I just don't want it to be too convoluted, that's all. I don't like overly convoluted stories.
Yeah. Which is why, for me, like, I would be happy if it was just a snap.
Yeah.
It just, you know, they disappeared then came back. And the power of the Infinity Stones awoke the mutant gene. Yeah. I'd be fine with that.
I do think, though, if they're going to go down the mutant side of it, because Fantastic Four's happening, apparently the cast have been announced for that, yeah. Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I love Pedro Pascal.
But they're going to be coming into it. The X-Men are obviously coming into it. That's a lot of big names coming up soon. I think they need to be careful with oversaturating. I think if because this is Hugh Jackman's last turn as Wolverine, according to him and Ryan Reynolds, this is definitely his last turn. So if they were to have this movie and then create an X-Men movie where they just recast Wolverine, I don't think it would be well received. Even if they hinted another Wolverine that wasn't him, I don't think people would be happy.
But how else would they do it, though?
Well, I think if they went down the road of saying the majority of his versions of Wolverine are gone, those that are left aren't him, I think people will still be miffed off, but they'll understand.
But even if, so saying this, say they go through the effort of, okay, so there's some Wolverine variants that look like Hugh Jackman, but there are others that don't. Like what they did with Loki, there were some that, well, obviously Tom Hiddleston, but then there were others that weren't.
Yeah.
You know, so if they showed us this in this movie, then it leaves open to the idea that, okay, there's obviously other variants that don't look like Hugh Jackman, therefore it's plausible the MCUs won't look like Hugh Jackman. Unless you just happen to find another man that looks like Hugh Jackman.
Who would you cast as Wolverine?
I honestly don't know. I kind of like the idea of it being like a lesser known actor. Someone young and that can play the character for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's like in the good shape and stuff, and you know.
I wouldn't know either. I've seen a lot of people seem to get behind Taron
Egerton.
That's the one, yeah. But he is. I don't think he's got the voice for it.
I mean,
which is a weird thing for me to say, but he's like.
But you think it's a bit higher pitched than what you'd like? You would want it to be like lower and rougher. I mean, that it might be able to put on the voice. I don't know, but I really hope people don't just hate on it and hate on the actor just for the sake of it.
I don't think they will.
I know, but they did it with the guy that played Han Solo.
Oh well, yeah.
And there has been a lot of instances where the internet have just crapped on movies and actors for the simple fact that it's not the original playing the character.
I don't think they'll crap on this.
I don't think they'll crap on this. I think they'll crap on whoever takes over.
I think that's why you start off the mutant journey without Wolverine. Give it time. Give us, because generally people agree that Wolverine's he's the best of the X-Men, isn't he?
He's the one that we've seen the most of.
Yeah, but we've seen the most of him, but he's also probably the best cast. Or he's like the one who's been done right the most.
Yeah.
Apart from Origins. And people will say things like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart were great castings. Even some of the older X-Men were good castings. Fassbender and McAvoy were both good castings, and they were, but I think for a lot of people Hugh Jackman has been the best.
They're the most consistent. Yeah,
which is why I think when you go down this X-Men route in the MCU, start off without Wolverine.
Would you have it like the animated show? Would you have it like Rogue, Gambit, Storm?
I don't know. I would. The Rogue one's awkward because she gets her power from Captain Marvel. So unless you're just planning on getting rid of Brie Larson, which I don't think the MCU is, despite, I mean,
how would that get rid of? How does she kill Captain Marvel? Like
comatose as well.
Well, I mean,
but I would say if I was to start off, I would have the Cyclops, Storm, definitely those two. Cyclops, they're probably the only two that I really think need to be in it. The rest you can just pick. There's a lot of good X-Men you could have. Gambit. Then I feel if you have Gambit, you probably have to have Rogue as well.
If you could have Rogue, they might just start off like earlier days.
Yeah, they've already done that though.
I know, I don't mean like when they're like teenagers, I mean like just a bit older than that.
But then Rogue's going to be the same as she was in the other X-Men films. She's essentially the same as...
I know, but how I build up to the point where she gets like the powers from Captain Marvel?
Yeah, but how were they going to build it up?
What do you mean, how are they going to build it up?
Well, it's one moment where she gets all Captain Marvel's powers. Apart from that, she's literally the girl in the old X-Men films. That's all she is. She doesn't have any other powers apart from draining people. It's just she gets stuck on Captain Marvel. Essentially, she holds on for way too long, completely drains Captain Marvel.
I know, I'm not saying she has to be brilliant straight away, but she can have an arc. She can go from being that Rogue and then becoming the good Rogue. I have no issues with that. What do you mean? How? Show us a story.
Yeah, I know.
Show us her getting her powers.
But then you would have to have. Would it not be easy just to start with that? Like.
No, because then we wouldn't know. We'd have to see it.
Yeah. Just do a flashback.
Just out of nowhere. She just somehow meets Captain Marvel and she somehow gets her powers.
Doesn't have to be Captain Marvel. Super strength flight. That's all she really needs. Are there any super strength fly people? Just bring in an old hero and have her do that to them. Doesn't necessarily have to be Captain Marvel. All I'm saying is that if they were to do an X-Men starring Rogue, where she's not the kind of Rogue that we see in X-Men the animated show, they're going to have to go on a story with her because they couldn't do it in one film.
Okay.
But then you're going to have two, maybe three films where she's essentially the same as she is in the old X-Men films, where she can't really do anything. except touch people, drain them, and that's it.
Okay.
But I don't want that.
I know, but you get.
We've had that, and it wasn't very good.
It wasn't very good because there was no. She didn't go on a journey. She didn't become what she should have been. Had that rogue have gone on this journey of, you know, she hates her powers, she's scared of her powers, she can't do anything, she can't help anyone, and then she gets to the point where she's comfortable with them, where she's empowered by them, and is not like afraid of them. She doesn't necessarily like them, but she's, you know, accepted them, and is that strong rogue. You would have liked it a lot more. I'm not opposed to the idea of her coming in as being that rogue, as so long as she gets to the good level.
Yeah.
And we see it.
I've had enough. I don't want to see Anna Paquin anymore. Nothing against her, but I just don't want to see her.
I don't understand what your problem is.
Because
I want character development.
I want character development as well, and you know, Rogue has good character development. You know, despite her origin being shown, she's going to have good character development because, you know, when we first meet Cyclops in X-Men, he you know, we don't know his entire backstory. Same with Storm, same with Jean. We get little bits and pieces, but the first two X-Men films are great stories. The problem is that Rogue's story goes from her being essentially useless. I know people can say she finds uses for her powers, and she does, she can. But at the end of the day, she is not the kind of Rogue that she is in the animated show, and the majority of other media with her. I've had enough of seeing Rogue being useless.
I'm not saying that it has to be from like an entire movie. She could be like a I don't know.
But you couldn't do that in one film.
How couldn't you do it in one film?
Because
her touching Captain Marvel and getting her powers.
Because you're gonna have in the X-Men debut film, you're gonna have them facing a villain from the X-Men Rogue Gallery, having all of their characters done properly, which hasn't been done very often in the X-Men films. And having Rogue go from being useless to being superhero by sucking the juice out of Captain Marvel all in one film.
I didn't say in the first film, just eventually.
Oh, eventually? Well, yeah, I don't get what
She
eventually.
might not be in the first film that much.
That was the question that we asked. Who would be in the first film? And you said Rogue.
Yeah, but she might not be in it that much. But then we might it might be like she might not be in it that much, but then there might be like a post-credit scene where it's like, oh, you know, something happens, she like Captain Marvel arrives and we know what's going to happen, and that could be how the next one's set. I'm not saying she has to have her powers in the first film, I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with her coming in as being the Rogue from the original X-Men movies, and then we see that development, we see her become the Rogue from the animated show.
I will secede. I will give you that, fair enough. However, I do not want to see that version of Rogue very much anymore.
That's what I just said. I'm not saying you have to have an entire movie.
No,
I'm not saying she has to be the main character of the film.
I'm not saying she is either. I'm just saying I've had enough of seeing Rogue be useless.
Okay, that's why I'm saying she needs to be good, and I hope if she is going to be in it, she's going to be good.
I will not accept half an hour of her being useless. She needs to show up on screen, be useless for 10 minutes, suck Captain Marvel dry, turn into proper Rogue, suit and everything. If that doesn't happen, give up.
Oh my god.
I don't care who gets cast as Wolverine. If Rogue's not done properly, I'm done with the MCU X-Men. Sorry.
Spat all over us, get a grip of yourself.
This is serious stuff.
I didn't think there'd be this much.
It's all personal to me.
I can tell. We all know you love Rogue, Sean, but I
love Gambit. I'd be the same with Gambit. I don't want Gambit to be crap. They were gonna. First, you had the guy in X-Men Origins Wolverine who was pants, right? Because he didn't do anything.
Wasn't Channing Tatum meant to be Gambit as well?
He was gonna have his own origin film.
People think he's gonna be in this.
With Channing, he probably is, but as like a sort of lol thing.
Oh look, it's Channing Tatum.
Yeah, but he would have been crap. I'm sorry to all the Channing Tatum fanboys. He would not have been very good. Get someone good. Oh god. The future of the MCU X-Men depends on the casting of those two roles. Forget Wolverine.
It depends on Rogue and Gambit.
Yeah.
Not like
Cyclops as well.
Magneto, and I feel like just all of them. All of the X-Men.
No. Like I don't particularly care who Storm is. I don't particularly care who Jean Grey is. You know, Nightcrawler, don't care.
You say that now, but if it comes to the X-Men film and you don't like those actors, you will not stop talking about it. I guarantee you will not shut up about it.
I will, but I don't think the films make or break on those particular characters. Cyclops has to be good because Cyclops has been done the worst so far, right?
And he's the leader of.
And he's the leader of the bloody X-Men, right? I would be perfectly happy for them just to have McAvoy and Fassbender back as Xavier and Magneto. Wolverine obviously is very important, but I think they should build the X-Men around Rogue and Gambit. I think they should, because people of the X-Men 97 series, they ship Gambit and Rogue. What can I say? More than they ship Wolverine and Jean Grey, more than they ship Cyclops and Jean Grey, more than they ship Wolverine and Storm. Before the films came out, people didn't care about these romances. The romance they cared about was Rogue and Gambit. Build the X-Men around them. Okay? That's it. Rant over. She can't touch him, but she loves him. He wants to touch her, but he can't because he'll die. Leave it there. Romance. That's the kind of romance people can get behind. I just wrote it in 5 seconds. Anyway.
You didn't write it, did you? You just... Okay, but yeah. Continue.
Anyway, that was us reacting to the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. We weren't supposed to run there. We were supposed to pick more stuff up, but who cares?
We just completely veered off from the actual Deadpool Wolverine trailer.
No, because you started talking nonsense about Rogue.
Play the tape back.
Let us know what you think down in the comments. Who would you like to see? Tell us some other stuff you spotted. Like the video, subscribe, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Anything else you want to say that doesn't involve Rogue?
Because that got too much of my energy, that.
2 X-Men you're allowed to bring back as they were in Fox. Who would it be?
Probably Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Just because they're young. Not that I don't like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, but they're younger.
You can get the mileage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're younger, they can play the characters more. And they were actually really good.
Yeah. I have to say, it's rare that you get characters cast like really well. It's also, you know, because X-Men, you can debate for hours who was cast well and who wasn't. But it's really rare that you get a casting of the same character done perfectly twice. And I think Magneto and Xavier were done perfectly twice. I think McKellen and Stewart were perfect as the older versions, and Fassbender and McAvoy were perfect as the younger versions. And you know how people said, you and Mam and Nicole and all them always say that I don't like to admit when I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Right? First Class, I wrote off. I said I can't believe that McAvoy and Fassbender will ever be a good. I don't think they'll be as good as the other two. Watched it, loved it.
You really didn't want to say that, did you?
Nope. My favourite.
Ooh.
Maybe not my favourite X-Men. It's my favourite.
Of the newer ones.
No, because I like Days of Future Past as well.
You've kind of talked yourself into a corner a bit there.
Yeah. Look, First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse are a good trilogy. Let's just forget what came after it, okay? Because God knows that was god awful. Yeah, thank you for watching. I went on a rant again there. Why did you let me go on a rant again? Stop letting me go on rants. Oh.
Sometimes I just want to punch you.
You have one job.
Just shut you up. Do you know how hard that is?
I need to know.